Okay, have you ever heard of food rationing? If you look up in your history books, I think it's around the 1940s, they had food rationing for the war. And you got this little booklet for each member in the family. And you go to your local grocer, and they would cut out little pieces of the book every time you come to get food. And that's all you got. That's all you got for the week, the month, whatever. And they reduced the size of the food, so you had to figure out how to make whole meals for no matter what size your family was, and be able to afford it. Um, I was with a Cuban guy, and I have a child that's Cuban, and he it told me stories about Cuba that were unreal. That you work for the government with Castro, and you get no pay. You're forced to work for the government. They take you on the shooting range and they blow you away if you disagree. Like people set sugarcane fields on fire and screw up coffee and tobacco fields, just because I hate Castro. But he would tell me stories like his whole family. There'd be like 13 people in the family, and they get like a 4-inch by 4-inch piece of meat, and then a bag of rice or whatever, and they had to make that go like the whole month for the whole family. And that's what food rationing is. Um, if you guys keep buying up this food and trying to run it out online for profit and stocking, there's a guy that's got like 35 gallons of milk in his freezer in Florida. And I mean, there's babies and stuff that could be drinking the milk. When you start buying the food up like that in massive bulk, then it hurts the other people that need food. And then if we ever run out of food, then they're going to start rationing food. And trust me, you don't want that. So back off, take it easy, have respect for your neighbors and strangers, and be kind and leave a little behind, okay? Don't take it all. Because what's happening is by afternoon and evening, people that are in the medical field and so forth, they can't get to the market until they get off work, and there's nothing left. I mean, shelves are cleared out. It's really scary looking. Now, here's the thing. Walmart, one of the biggest retailers in the world, when Sam Walton was alive, I had told him about Sam Walton when I had moved to the South from California, and he said, wow, this guy sounds really interesting. And he says, I will have to see if I can meet up with him. I'm like, yeah, sure. And so my dad actually did. He flew out from California and met with Sam Walton and said he had a great time and he learned so much. And Sam Walton told the story that, how he got into business was he decided to take the market. And he would go make a deal with somebody, like for a bunch of dolls, and he would get them at a really good price if he would buy thousands of them. And then he would put them in storage, and then he'd watch the market price, and then he'd retail them out cheaper than his competitors and sell them out like fire. And so Sam Walton always engineered around storages. And if you go to his stores, even though he's no longer around, you will see big, like, trailers off of tractor trailers sitting around the stores, and they have locks on them, and sometimes have little notes on them, and that is backstock for the store. And because the trucks just can't come in fast enough, they're really, really big stores. They serve a lot of people in the cities, and they're not far and few between. They're often throughout cities and states. And I only know just a few really tiny Walmart stores through the states. The rest are all big super centers. They've been made over into the big ones. And then there's the Walmart grocery stores and stuff like that too, which aren't as good as the big Walmarts, but they're okay. But the thing with Walmart right now is, I know in I'm in Florida this week, so the stores that are local to me are reducing their hours, and It's because they need to restock. Because by morning they're restocked. They have trucks coming in all the time. The truckers are the one that's doing it. The next time you see a trucker, offer to buy his lunch or his beverage, because they're the ones keeping us going. If it weren't for the truckers, I don't know what we would do. But Walmart has their own trucks, plus they have contracted trucks out too, and they're coming in day and night, day and night, day and night. So, they're fine. They're not running out anything right now. They have a huge, huge, huge amount of backstock in storages. So, but don't force them to run out. I mean, if everybody in the town goes out and buys a pack of hot dogs, then of course they're going to run out. And that's what people are doing. They're trying to go out every day and buy something, and then this other Jamoke will come out and buy 5 cases of it because he thinks that the world's coming to an end and we're going to be locked down for a year. Or he's selling it for a profit, a huge profit, which is highly, highly illegal. Try it. See what happens to you. This is state of emergency, and the penalties are very, very, very high. It's just like these people that are trespassing on the private beaches. All the private government beaches were closed last night. The public beaches haven't been closed yet, but the ones that are owned by the military and the National Forestry are closed, and people are driving in there and bringing their cars in there. And let me tell you, you don't just deal with the police in those situations. It's a federal and national offense. You do not want to get in that kind of trouble. Okay? It's very, very serious. If you think tax fraud is one thing, wait till you start rolling food out for huge profit in a state of emergency, or trespassing on government property, or national park property that's been closed. So don't do it. Be smart, and don't create problem for your neighbor. Some of these elderly people don't get out till afternoon, and it's really sad when somebody in their 80s and 90s it makes a big effort to go to the market because they don't have anybody else to take them, and they get all the way to the market and they can't get a loaf of bread or coffee. And I mean, these people are used to going once a month to the market. They don't go weekly. They don't go daily. They go like once a month. And you have really scared people doing that. So back off, or we're going to start seeing food rationing. If you don't know what it is, go into the history books and read. I think it's in the 1940s. Like I said earlier, go and read about it. See if you want to do it. Because you don't. Okay? We have plenty here in the United States. Don't run it out and force them to go into food rationing. No joke. Okay? So everybody have a good day. Leave something behind for somebody else. Do something kind for a stranger. Make a new friend every day. Love everybody. And too much of a good thing is always wonderful. We'll take lots of that, but we're not taking everybody's food, because we want to be an oink oink. Money can only go so far in life. Talk to you later. Have a great one.